A somewhat chilly week. We have temperatures back up around average just in time for Friday and going into the weekend. So last weekend we were in the 50s. Ever since then, we've been stuck in the 40s up until yesterday. Today, finally getting back to average kind of weather for this time of year. So yes, it was chilly, but it was kind of nice to see that a slight little warm up each day, resulting in near normal conditions for the end of the work week. And the 60s are back into the weekend, so that climb in temperatures is going to continue for a couple more days. For right now, high pressure is right overhead. That's keeping everything nice and clear and dry. That high will drift overhead tomorrow, keeping everything quiet and eventually help drag in some of that warmer airflow. Winds will be out of the south, boosting our temperatures up into the 60s for the first time since the start of the month. And it's all part of a bit of a wavy weather pattern. So we're seeing the cold air move, this ridge in this jet stream. You can see that kind of upside down U shape. That'll allow southerly airflow, bringing in even warmer weather for Sunday. We'll be right near 70 degrees, but don't necessarily look for it to last for terribly long. Got another dip going into early next week. That said, this one will not be as chilly as what we experienced earlier this week, so we may cool back down to the middle 50s at the coolest next week, and if anything, there will be another rise. You can see how the jet stream kind of arcs back up again, or just faintly there on that little temperature map that we have going on. So we'll be up and down a little over the next several days, but overall, we're getting rid of those brisk 40s that we had for several days in a row. So for the rest of this evening, in the 50s ahead of sunset. After sunset, slowly cooling off. We're back to the low 40s under a partly cloudy sky. Winds go nearly calm tonight, so we don't have much for wind chill. Should be pretty quiet. Still looking brisk despite all this warmer weather, right around freezing tonight under a mainly clear sky. And then something that we've been looking forward to all week, the 60s with some sunshine back in time for Saturday. Sunday could be a little on the cloudy end, but we're still near 70 thanks to some breezy south winds pumping in plenty of warmer air. There may be a slight chance for some rain with that. This is mainly into Saturday night and at times into Sunday afternoon. So those clouds could have some light drizzly showers like you're seeing right now. Overall, though, really barely any rain coming. So I think if anything, you'll have to plan for a cloudy end of the weekend. Again, could get some drizzly conditions, but overall, looking a lot warmer despite all of those clouds in the way. Now, next week starts out a little windy, so just keep that in mind as you start to make your plans for that long-range forecast. And then after a brief drop in temperatures, we're warming back up again. Could have some spring showers with that. You can see in the 10-day forecast, we're back to the 50s Tuesday, and then warming right back up to the 60s late next week.